Hi everyone. What would you do if you had the power to change an entire nation's faith? Would you use it wisely, or would you let fear and ambition guide your choices? This is the story of Jeroboam, a king who faced this very dilemma and made a decision that would echo through the ages. Let's journey back to ancient Israel, around 930 BC. The great kingdom of Solomon has just been divided. To the north lies the newly formed kingdom of Israel, and to the south the kingdom of Judah. Our story unfolds in the northern kingdom, where Jeroboam, once a servant of Solomon, has just been crowned king. Jeroboam's rise to power was nothing short of extraordinary. He had been a capable official in Solomon's court, but fled to Egypt after Solomon sought to kill him due to a prophecy. This prophecy, delivered by the prophet Ahijah, stated that God would tear the kingdom from Solomon's son and give 10 tribes to Jeroboam. Now, with Solomon dead and the kingdom divided, Jeroboam finds himself ruling over these 10 tribes, just as the prophecy foretold. But Jeroboam faces a significant challenge. The temple, the center of Israelite worship, remains in Jerusalem, now part of the southern kingdom of Judah. Jeroboam fears that if his people continue to travel to Jerusalem for religious festivals, their loyalty might shift to Rehoboam, the king of Judah. In 1 Kings 12:26-27, we read Jeroboam's thoughts. If these people go up to offer sacrifices at the temple of the Lord in Jerusalem, they will again give their allegiance to their Lord, Rehoboam, king of Judah. They will kill me and return to King Rehoboam. Faced with this dilemma, Jeroboam makes a fateful decision. Instead of trusting in God's promise to establish his kingdom if he remains faithful, Jeroboam chooses a path of pragmatic idolatry. He creates 2 golden calves, setting them up in Bethel and Dan, strategically located at the southern and northern ends of his kingdom. Jeroboam's actions are a chilling echo of an earlier episode in Israel's history, the golden calf incident during the Exodus. Just as Aaron fashioned a golden calf when the people grew impatient waiting for Moses, Jeroboam now creates these idols to keep his people from turning to Judah. In a calculated move, Jeroboam declares to his people, "It is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem. Here are your gods, Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt." This statement, recorded in 1 Kings 12:28, is a direct parallel to Aaron's words in Exodus, showing how history tragically repeats itself. But Jeroboam doesn't stop there. He sets up shrines on high places and appoints priests from all sorts of people, even those who were not Levites, the tribe traditionally responsible for priestly duties. He even institutes his own religious festivals, mimicking those celebrated in Judah, but on different dates. Jeroboam's actions might seem clever from a political standpoint. He's created a parallel religious system complete with its own centers of worship, priesthood, and festivals. He's eliminated the need for his people to travel to Jerusalem, potentially securing their loyalty. But in doing so, he's committed a grave sin in the eyes of God. The Bible doesn't mince words about the severity of Jeroboam's actions. In 1 Kings 13:34, we read, "This was the sin of the house of Jeroboam that led to its downfall and to its destruction from the face of the earth." Jeroboam's name becomes synonymous with leading Israel into sin, a refrain repeated throughout the books of Kings. But why is this act considered so heinous? It's not just about the idolatry itself, though that's certainly a major issue. It's about the deliberate subversion of true worship for political gain. Jeroboam knew the truth. He had received God's promise directly through a prophet, yet he chose to prioritize his own power and security over faithfulness to God. This story serves as a stark warning about the dangers of compromising faith for personal or political gain. Jeroboam's actions might have seemed pragmatic in the short term, but they set his kingdom on a path of spiritual decline that would ultimately lead to its destruction. The tale of Jeroboam's golden calves resonates even in our modern world. How often do we see leaders, political, religious, or otherwise, compromising their principles for the sake of power or popularity? How often do we ourselves face the temptation to take shortcuts in our faith, to prioritize our own comfort or security over obedience to God? Jeroboam's story challenges us to examine our own hearts. Are there areas in our lives where we're setting up golden calves, things that we prioritize over our relationship with God? Are we ever tempted to reshape our faith to fit our desires, rather than conforming our lives to God's will? The lesson here is clear. True security and lasting success come not from our own clever schemes, but from faithfulness to God. Jeroboam had received a divine promise, but he lacked the faith to trust in it. Instead, he took matters into his own hands, with disastrous consequences. As we reflect on this story, let's consider the words of Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Jeroboam leaned on his own understanding, and his path led to destruction. May we learn from his mistake and choose a different path, one of trust, obedience, and true worship. In conclusion, the story of Jeroboam's golden calves serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of maintaining integrity in our faith, even when faced with challenging circumstances. It warns us against the temptation to compromise our beliefs for short-term gain and encourages us to trust in God's promises, even when the path forward seems uncertain. As we navigate our own lives, may we always strive to put our faith first, resisting the allure of our own golden calves and remaining true to the one true God. Thank you for watching.